We had a meeting this morning here in Springfield and brought together the key players from the federal, state, and local level to talk about the future of train traffic in the city of Springfield. And we know that a lot is taking place in terms of high-speed rail investment between Chicago and St. Louis. It is probably one of the largest federal investments in the nation to upgrade the track and to improve performance and timing across our state. I'm glad that we're leading, and in the end, it's going to have a dramatic impact on our economy. One point that was made earlier by Tom Carper, who is chairman of Amtrak board, is that we have more passengers on Amtrak in Springfield than we do at our airport. So it is a growing segment of the Amtrak service in our nation, in fact, the fastest growing segment of Amtrak service in our nation between Chicago and St. Louis. And that's the context of our conversation today. And so what we've done is to talk about the future of this train traffic in the city of Springfield. We are fortunate that we reached an agreement a little over a year ago, and IDOT invested $4 million in a study that has been completed by Hansen Engineering that proposes a number of alternatives for the city of Springfield. We have reached an agreement today that that study will be folded into the scoping document, which will ultimately lead to a decision by the federal government and the state as to which corridor will be chosen. So we have made some progress in moving what I think is an excellent engineering study to the point where it can be part of the active conversation about the options that lie ahead. There are two issues that continue to challenge us, and they are issues that I think we ought to be very forthright about. I don't want to speak for the mayor and Chairman Van Meter. They'll speak for themselves. But I believe that we should do everything we can to accelerate the decision on which corridor will be chosen in the city of Springfield. We are constrained by federal law, and we have to acknowledge that. But if there is any way to move this process faster so that we reach a decision on the right corridor, it means we can roll up our sleeves and get to work. The sooner, the better. So we've asked the Federal Railroad Administration to give us a timetable on their decision process, and we are going to do our best to squeeze it and move it to a decision sooner rather than later. Secondly, we need a cooperative, bipartisan effort in Washington to secure the funds for whatever corridor is chosen. No single person in our delegation of 5 in Congress can do it alone. We all have to pull together, and that means looking for available federal sources to bring back to the city of Springfield. Whichever corridor is chosen, it is going to be a very expensive undertaking. Mayor Houston has been forthcoming in terms of the city's preparedness to participate in that, and I thank him for that, because I think it's an essential part. The local contribution is an essential part. And so those are the two major areas: moving the decision process forward as quickly as possible, cooperating on a bipartisan basis to secure all the federal and state funds available to try to make sure that we get this done.